How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and I am here with a brand new series for you guys. I've been waiting to unveil this one for you guys, and we are starting a brand new franchise mode. Now, this does not mean I'm going to forget about the Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. This is going to be a series, well, you know what, I'm not going to explain too much until we get there. So we are going to stick with the classic franchise mode. We're not redoing the Vegas Knights or doing an expansion draft. Those I've done on live stream, so we'll do a live stream series for those. But we're going to stick with the classic. The name, this one is for you guys. This is the People's GM mode. You guys get to control every facet of this GM mode. I will post a poll after every single video asking you guys for your advice and what you guys want to do. And whatever the majority rules, I must follow. Now, there are some times, maybe a trade pops up in season, just something small here. I can make that executive decision to probably decline the trade more often than not. But we will be doing a video once or twice a week on this team. Now, a little bit background of this team. It has been, okay, hold on, I got it up here on my computer. It has been exactly 18,524 days, 14 hours, 36 minutes, and 48 seconds since this franchise has won the Stanley Cup. Or if you guys can do that in your head so quickly as do the math, that's props to you because you can do the math on that one. But this franchise hasn't won a cup since 1967. And this franchise that I'm naming, you guys probably already know what it is because it's been 50 years. It is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, I've had this one requested a lot, and it's been a team that I'm kind of interested to see what happens. Because, yes, I know they're a good team, and they usually do well in the first season or whatever. But they do have some interesting issues. I mean, they have to re-sign Matthews, Marner, Nylander next year. I mean, and then they signed Patrick Marleau. It's just an interesting franchise, and one that I think it's basically Hockey Central. We're going to turn owner mode off on this one. We're leaving the salary cap on, leaving Morel on, but the assistant coach will not edit the lines. We're going to turn waivers off. Now, you guys can, of course, let me know your thoughts on some of these things, but these are the parameters for the People's GM mode, the People's franchise mode, I should say. I'm going to leave the trade difficulty on medium here as well for you guys, but man, this has been so long since I've started a new franchise mode on my channel here. It's actually pretty exciting. So, all right, so we are the Toronto Maple Leafs. It is controlled by you guys, so let's go ahead here. Start the season, start everything up. We are not going to simulate any bit in this video, but it is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Have changed ownership groups, have changed general managers, and now the people of Toronto are going to be able to decide what their Toronto Maple Leafs do. And you guys are going to have to react with me on how the team performs because, of course, this isn't going to be a live stream. This is going to be on the channel. So if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you get notified when I post Toronto Maple Leafs franchise video. But I'm pretty excited for this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to check out the roster. We're going to check out the prospects. And I'm going to give you guys one poll here. All right, there we go. Austin Matthews, obviously the centerpiece of this franchise, the franchise cornerstone there, although he doesn't have franchise potential. I believe he's high elite, medium elite. He's elite. He's already elite, and he's going to get more elite as well. I'm also probably going to turn down the injury slider, but I can do that off stream. You guys let me know, off video. You guys let me know, do you want injuries higher or lower or on or off? And then here we go. So let's go ahead. I usually go into proposed trade just to check out what we have in the system as far as prospects. The people here, checking out the roster. We have Austin Matthews, 89-19. He's got 2 years left on his contract. We got to re-sign William Nylander at the end of this year. They got Mitch Marner as well. He's 84-20. Morgan Riley, 84-23, medium elite. Now, he's got some trade value. I don't know if you guys want to trade him. He's 5 years at $5 million. I don't know if you guys want that contract. Here we go. James Van Riemsdyk, Gardner. Two guys that maybe we guys don't want to stick around. I mean, Jiver's got 1 year left on his contract. $4.25 million. I think that's pretty good for him. But as far as prospects, Liljegren is the first guy up there that's really a prospect. Other than that, I don't really see it being too deep here as far as prospects. I mean, Kasperi Kapanen here, 21-75. He's a depth forward, so he could play in the AHL in Toronto. And that's gonna screw me up. Toronto player, whatever, got injured. That's just gonna mess with my head here. But not too many prospects here that are good for the future of this franchise. So maybe one of our first orders of business is going out and, maybe trading a guy like Jiver or Jake Gardner here for some up-and-coming prospects. Or we can go for the Cup this year and acquire more veterans and getting rid of, maybe Brooks here. He's 21, high top 9. We could probably get Adam Brooks here. We could get rid of him for some veterans. So you guys let me know what you want to do in the comment section. I will post the poll as well. It's probably going to be a two answer poll, so you guys stick with that. So there we go. As far as other players in this franchise that are really going to become something, I mean, Kirby Reichel, he's a 75. He's playing in the AHL right now. He's 22, medium top 9. I don't know if I want to keep him. And then Connor Brown, I know, is a guy that I always love. And at any expansion draft or any franchise mode, this is a guy I always acquire. He's perfect for that third line. He can play second line minutes if he needs to, if your team's that bare, and he's a great fourth liner. I mean, he's great on defense. He puts the puck in the net. He puts up points, so great to see that. A lot of top 9 forwards. I'm actually kind of surprised at how many top 9 forwards are on this roster. We got Nikita Soshnikov here, who really has almost no trade value whatsoever, listed as a fourth line forward. Medium top 9, 23.75. So he is exactly a fourth line forward, but I don't know if he's going to get much better. Polak, Lievo, Valiev, yeah, not too many tremendous prospects. I mean, obviously, guys, the tremendous prospects we have are in the NHL, and they're already godly. Marner's Matthew Nylander. I just said that wrong. Matthews, Marner, Nylander, excuse me. On the back end, though, I feel like on the blue line here, we could use a little help. I mean, as far as overalls are concerned, we don't have. Yeah, this is a weak defensive core. Now, if we go check out just to stick on the defensive core for a little bit longer, Nikita Zaitsev, maybe he'll grow a little bit, but he's going to be on our second pairing. So right now, our first pairing is Riley Gardner, Zaitsev, and then Hainsey or Connor Carrick. I honestly, Hainsey, I wouldn't mind getting rid of. He's got $3 million 2 years for somebody that I don't even want on the roster. Besides, we got a guy like Roman Polak, who's much cheaper and much better, but Hainsey could probably fetch us like a 7th or whatever. But that's something we can decide later on down the road. But defensive core, definitely something I want to fix on this Toronto Maple Leafs roster. Forwards are pretty good. They got a good mix of veterans and especially the young guns, the 3 young guns up here. But then you got Kadri, who I personally think is underrated. People don't give this guy enough credit. Outside of Toronto, I don't, not too many people talk about him as they should. But of course, since Toronto is where the hockey media is all centered, he does get a little bit of love. But I do think this guy is pretty good. I mean, 5 years at $4.5 million. I can accept that just until, maybe he's somebody we trade down the road. But JVR, 1 year left. We got to make a decision on him. Do we bring him back? Patrick Marleau, really not a fan of that contract, honestly. 83 overall, 38, 6.25. Yeah, he's a sniper. He'll be great on the second line because I'm imagining my first line being Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Kadri, Van Riemsdyk, Marleau. Then we got Tyler Bozak here, 31. Wow, he's already 30. I didn't realize how old he was. He's 31. I thought he was still in his 20s, but he's got 1 year left. Lots of expiring deals here as well for some of our top players, so we could see a completely different forward core next year too. Leo Komarov, so we could have Bozak, Komarov, and I would probably put Brown over Hyman, and then we would have Hyman, Martin, and Moore. I mean, Horton here, he's 32. I believe he's on LTIR. 5.3 million. Good God, that's a lot of salary. Jesus. Nikita Soshnikov could be a depth forward for us. Joffrey Lupul, I think he's the same thing with him, LTIR as well, right? Good thing is there's only 1 year left on his contract, so that's great to see. And then some AHL players here. Kasperi Kapanen seems to be our most promising AHL player, or Frederic Gauthier here. Potentially could be a two-way forward. I mean, I don't see him becoming more than a fourth line forward. Now, as far as goaltending, we're pretty set. We have Calvin Pickard as our backup. He's got medium starter potential. He could grow to an 82, 83. But we have Frederick Anderson here, locked up for 4 more years at $5 million for 86 overall. He is a solid, and when I say solid, I mean a really, really solid starting goaltender for us. Especially with on that contract, he's certainly our goaltender going forward. We might have to find a goaltender of the future because we don't really have somebody here in the system to be something. So maybe I'll start scouting some goalies and defensemen first and foremost when we start scouting. But yeah, Picard's our backup. McElhaney's down in the minors, and Sparks is also in the minors. Kasuksuo. Oh God, I'm butchering. I'm gonna just trade him because of his freaking name. I can't say it. I don't know why. Kasiksuo, I guess. Jesus, that was terrible. Anyway, and as far as draft picks, we got a first, We got 2 seconds. We got the San Jose Sharks second. We got the San Jose Sharks third. We don't have our third. We have a 4th, 5th, no 6th, but a 7th. And then after that, it looks to be pretty standard as far as what draft picks we have. So some pretty good picks early on. I wouldn't be opposed to, trading some of those picks. Maybe flip one of the seconds, like our second, because apparently it's got more value, for a solid top 4 defenseman, maybe a veteran. If you guys think we should go for the cup this year, or kind of, rebuild a little bit, because we could go for the cup, go all in, trade some of our picks, and then work around it in the future, go for the cup for multiple years, because this is that kind of team where you can go for the cup this year, or you can wait a year, kind of drop off a little bit, and then, get some players, prospects, restock the organization with these already elite talents like Marner, Matthews, Nylander. Could you imagine if we won the draft lottery, got Rasmus Dahlin, and we got Rasmus Dahlin playing alongside a Morgan Riley, and that really helps the future of this defensive core. Or, we could trade, those seconds or even our first at the trade deadline away for a defender or whatever position we feel is necessary. So I already think this is a good enough roster. Let's go ahead. I already looked at the draft picks. I already looked at the prospects in the organization. Let's go ahead and set some lines. If I could, navigate the screen here, I would be able to edit the lines here for you guys. So we're listed as a hopeful team. So we could make the playoffs. We could not. We could drop off into that rebuilder if we wanted. Assistant coach, no, get the hell out of here. Marner up there, James Van Riemsdyk there. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. He's listed as a second liner. Nylander's a second liner, and so is Marner, but these two guys both have elite potential, so I'd like to play them on the first line, unless you guys would rather see these two guys playing in their role just until they're a first line forward. So like put Nylander and Marner on the second line, then we can move Van Riemsdyk and Marleau up, because these guys aren't growing at all, so we don't need to worry about playing them in their role. Kadri is going to be our second line center for pretty much the length of this rebuild, I think, unless we find somebody better. Bozak, very good third line center. Fourth line, yeah, it could be better. We'll just hit best lines here, see what it's got for us. Zach Hyman, yes. So pretty standard team. It looks pretty good to me. As far as the back end, though, we need some help here on the defensive end. That's what I keep, coming back to. What does this team need? This team needs some defensemen. Now, I know they drafted Liljegren in the first round. He's low elite for us. He's 60-something overall. So I don't know if I want to, play him or sign him. Is he even offered a contract? Let's check down the AHL. I can't see right just yet. All right, so Vincent Lalorde. Yeah, Timothy Liljegren is on the roster. We can play him, so I will play him down there in the minors. Other defensemen, but that's okay. 66 low elite. Let's focus on the NHL for now, though. We need some help here on this back end, that's for sure. I will check the free agent pool, but this video's poll, guys, should we go for it all? Should we mortgage the future to go for it all, or should we try and rebuild a little bit? Or do you guys just want me to see me just go with it as it is, not make too many moves until the future, and then we'll assess halfway through the season? So those are your 3 options. I'll post the link for the poll down in the comment section. I'll pin it to the top, just so you guys know. And then McElhinney is actually our backup as well, so I have to go to roster moves here, call people up and down. So we'll go ahead and do this. Set up the lines just the way I like them for now. We'll send down Lupul, Leavo, and Kasperi Kapanen. Kasperi Kapanen is listed as a depth forward? Yeah, he's not listed as a 4th line forward just yet, so we're good with that. Send him down. Goalies as well. We'll go ahead and call up Picard, because he's in the minors right now, even though he's listed as a backup. And we'll send McElhinney down. There we go. Picard and Anderson are our 2 goalies. Then we have in defense here, Riley, Gardner, Zaitsev, Hands, blah, 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 blah. We know that already. Roman Polak could play. I mean, he's listed as a depth defenseman. I guess he could play for us if I do decide to trade away a guy like Hainsey or Zaitsev, Zaitsev's making a lot of money, although he is medium top 4 defenseman. He's listed as a top 4, 7 years, $4.5 million. That's not too bad. Jake Gardner could be a guy we decide to trade away, though. I'm not too sure. But you guys go ahead, let me know in the comment section your thoughts. This is a GM mode for you guys and decided by you guys. So this franchise mode is, as you can see up on the top there, I'm circling with my finger on my screen, but you guys can't see that. It is the people are the GM of this Toronto Maple Leafs franchise. So there we go. Free agents as well. Who is still in the free agent pool as we speak? Simone Dupre. Okay. So here's a guy that could help us right away. This would be a signing we could make right now, right here. Defensive defenseman, pretty decent defensively. I would not want him playing any higher than the 6th pairing, although he might have to play on the 2nd pairing and be like a 4th defenseman for us, just because we don't have that strong of a defensive core. Forwards, we could sign a guy like Iginla or Yuri Hudler or Talusti. These guys are cheap as well. I mean, Feder Tutin or Jared Cowan. Cowan here. 78 overall, top 6, 26 years old, or Yoke Paka, but he's listed as a 7th defenseman. Could always sign him for the AHL, Brian Gianta, but there are your free agents. I'll sort by potential there. Anybody here that you guys think I should go after, let me know in the comment section. I will do my best. I will read every comment because this is your guys' GM mode. So overall wise, yeah, Dupre, kind of a guy I'm looking to go after. You guys let me know if I should not sign him. He wants $2.4 million for 1 year. That would basically cut into half of what we have, but a little bit under half of the cap space we have remaining. As far as goaltenders, I don't think we're going to find that goalie of the future here. I mean, Godla's fringe starter or Niederberger, we could sign either of them. They could play in the AHL, see if we get good growth out of them to become a backup. But I do like Picard being the backup as well, so just as long as he doesn't want too much damn money. So as far as the overalls are concerned, Dupre, maybe Talusti. I mean, I don't mind Talusti. He's a sniper. Could add some scoring down there on the bottom lines. Yuri Hudler has just as good of a... Yeah, Yuri Hudler almost might be better. And then again, 83, so he could be a cheaper option, but not by that much. But yeah, Cowan, maybe Van de Velde. I mean, these guys he's super cheap. He wants $0.65 million. He could be a depth forward. Go play for the Marlies. That's fine. But yeah, so that is your roster. That is your poll question again, guys. You guys can go ahead and click on the link in the comment section. Should we go... 3 options. Should we go for it all, which means risking the future? Should we stay safe, play it cool, don't make any moves? Or 3, get rid of all the vets, get rid of big contracts, and try and win the draft lottery and make the moves next year? Now, I'm not going to try and influence you guys, but personally, I'd rather not waste Matthews' career. Matthews, Marner, or Nylander. Those are 3 elite prospects that we're going to have here. But there you go, guys. That is your decision. You make the calls. This is the People's GM Mode. I am Rybread. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.